Hello and welcome to the Cultured Bumpkin. I'm Jake. If you follow me on social media, you probably saw my casting call for a new project that I'm going to start working on. Southern Pride and Prejudice audio drama. So obviously I've done the entire audiobook, by myself, narrated it. I will have it linked in its entirety in the show notes. But I want to do an audio drama, like full cast. So there'll be different voices, there'll be soundscaped, things like that. That's what I want to start working on. I just put out the casting call. I've started to get performances in. Super excited. There's a lot of great ones. So yeah, if you want to join, if you want to try out your hand at it, I send out the audition sides and I send out the a little video for if you don't have a studio, what to do in that case. And I just show you a couple little quick things you can do to get a good audition sent in. Email me, jakephillips116@gmail.com. I'll send them over to you if you want to do that. Also, check out my school group. You can join for a week for free. And then once you join, you can cancel anytime. That'll teach you. We go into a lot of depth about how to make money with your voice. If you want to be a voice actor, that's where you need to be. In this episode, we're going to do chapter 1 of Jane Austen's classic, which is one of my favorite books, Pride and Prejudice. People say, why do you like Pride and Prejudice? That's for girls or whatever. I really like it because years ago in the Army, I read it, and it got me far, far away from my problems. It whisked me off to another time, another place, where people were polite even when they were saying nasty things to you, which was not true of where I was at the time. And I just sort of fell in love with Jane Austen, her work. Not just that one. I love Sense and Sensibility. I really like Persuasion, Northanger Abbey, Emma, Mansfield Park. Haven't read Lady Susan yet, so I'm not sure about that one, but I assume that I would like it. Anyway, big Jane Austen fan here. So, without further ado, here is chapter 1 of my audiobook from Pride and Prejudice in Southern United States accent. And then, hopefully, very soon, I'll have something with regard to a pilot for an audio drama of Southern Pride and Prejudice. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, here goes. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Chapter 1. It's a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a large fortune must be in want of a wife. However little known the feelings or views of such a man may be on his first entering a neighborhood, this truth is so well fixed in the minds of the surrounding families that he is considered the rightful property of some one or other of their daughters. "My dear Mr. Bennet," said his lady to him one day, "have you heard that Netherfield Park is let at last?" Mr. Bennet replied that he had not. "But it is," returned she, "for Mrs. Long has just been there, and she told me all about it." Mr. Bennet made no answer. "Do you not want to know who has taken it?" cried his wife impatiently. "You want to tell me, and I have no objection to hearing it." This was invitation enough. "Why, my dear, you must know Mrs. Long says that Netherfield is taken by a young man of large fortune from the north of England, that he came down on Monday in a chaise and four to see the place, and was so much delighted with it that he agreed with Mr. Morris immediately that he is to take possession before Michaelmas, and some of his servants are to be in the house by the end of the week." "What's his name?" "Bingley." "Is he married or single?" "Oh, single, my dear, to be sure. A single man of large fortune, 4,000 or 5,000 a year. What a fine thing for our girls." "How so? How can it affect them?" "My dear Mr. Bennet," replied his wife, "how can you be so tiresome? You must know that I am thinking of his marrying one of them. Is that his design in settling here?
Design? Nonsense. How can you talk so? But it is very likely that he may fall in love with one of them, and therefore you must visit him as soon as he comes.
I see no occasion for that. You and the girls may go, or you may send them by themselves, whichever will still be better, for you are as handsome as any of them. Mr. Bingley may like you the best of the party.
In such cases a woman has not often much beauty to think of.
But, my dear, you must indeed go and see Mr. Bingley when he comes into the neighborhood.
It is more than I engaged for, I assure you.
But consider your daughters. Only think of what an establishment it would be for one of them. Sir William and Lady Lucas are determined to go merely on that account, for in general, you know, they visit no newcomers. Indeed, you must go, for it will be impossible for us to visit if you do not.
I desire you will do no such thing. Lizzie is not a bit better than the others, and I am sure she is not half so handsome as Jane, nor half so good-humored as Lydia, but you are always giving her the preference.
They have none of 'em much to recommend 'em, replied he. They're all silly and ignorant like other girls, but Lizzie has something more of a quickness than her sisters.
Mr. Bennet, how can you abuse your own children in such a way? You take delight in vexing me. You have no compassion for my poor nerves.
You mistake me, my dear. I have a high respect for your nerves. They're my old friends. I've heard you mention 'em with consideration these last 20 years at least. Mr. Bennet was so odd a mixture of quick parts, sarcastic humor, reserve, and caprice that the experience of 23 years had been insufficient to make his wife understand his character. Her mind was less difficult to develop. She was a woman of mean understanding, little information, and uncertain temper. When she was discontented, she fancied herself nervous. The business of her life was to get her daughters married. Its solace was visiting and news. Well, there you go. There's chapter 1, and there's about 60 more chapters. I think it's 61 total. Anyway, you can hear the whole thing on YouTube, and then if you want to audition, you just send me an email, jakephillips@116, jakephillips116@gmail.com. I'll send you the sides. And then, other than that, keep an ear out for the old thing, the old audio drama. So thank you very much for listening.